So first things first, you want to have a video in the timeline. I want to use this portion of the clip. So right here, I'm gonna go over to file at the top and go to share, and I'm gonna go to save current frame. Go ahead and give it a name. I'm gonna name this new still because I saved this a bunch of times. Save it to your desktop, and then we're gonna hop onto Google Gemini. I will have the link in the description as well. All right, so we're now in Google Gemini and it should look like this. And you're gonna click on create image right here and it will look like a little banana, and make sure 2.5 flash is selected. And then we're gonna go to where it says add files. We're gonna go to upload files. We're gonna select the still image that we just saved in or from Final Cut Pro. So go ahead and select it. And then it's going to say to describe your image. So this is where we can actually change portions or part of our image to however we want it to look like. So I'm going to type in front view. And you could do anything else more if you want to be a little bit more creative. You can even change the sunglasses. If you want to get really precise with this, you could use Photoshop, do more precise selections of maybe just his sunglasses. Then you could easily do that. If you guys want a video on that precisely, just leave a like or comment down below and I'll be happy to make a video on it. But for now, we're going to just be using a very simplified version of this. Go ahead and click submit, and this is going to take a few seconds. All right, so here's the image and it looks a little bit similar to it, but I don't think it's kind of how I want it, and that's okay. We could easily change it again. So just make sure we type in man is facing forwards, keep everything the same, and then run it again. Here we go. So this looks way better, and you can see it's still kind of kept the the original background blur, even the face and the tattoos, which is actually pretty incredible. So I'm going to use this image, and you will notice there is a Google Gemini watermark here. You could easily get rid of that in Photoshop, but for the sake of this video, we're just going to leave it, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of it in Final Cut Pro. So I'm going to click on download full size. To download the image, you could also just click this button right here, and then we're going to hop over back to Final Cut Pro, and I'll show you what to do from there. So once we're back in Final Cut Pro, we're going to import that same image. So go to File and go to Import and then Media. So I'm going to add the image that we saved, drag it above your video in the timeline, and it should look something like this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just trim the end of that to match the same length as our bottom clip. So here's our original clip, and then we have the still image. What we're going to do is we're going to create some motion for this. So go over to the crop button over here. Just click this down triangle icon and go over from trim to Ken Burns. And I'm going to drag the start. I want to start this off as a zooming out of his sunglasses. So I'm going to start it in the beginning, right in front of his glasses, inside of it. And then I want it to end this red rectangle. Click on it and you'll notice it's selected. If you can move it around, hold Option and drag outwards, but don't increase the scale to where you can see the Google Gemini logo. Of course, you can always get rid of that using other applications, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to leave it like this. If you click on done and you go back to the beginning, it's going to zoom out just like this. Now, if you want to create a zoom in effect, just invert those. So go back to crop and you're going to hit this button right here to flip them. So it's going to end at the sunglasses and start big. So it starts big and ends in his sunglasses. So that will create a zoom in effect. We need to see the whole entire video first. So we're going to drag the playhead at the end of our clip, but go one frame to the left so you can see our clip. Otherwise, it just cuts off. And then what we're going to do is click on the magic wand tool and go over to the add magnetic mask. Zoom in if you need to about 200% or so. And then select this part of the sunglasses that you're going to be zooming into, whatever object you have. And then anything in red is going to be selected. So hold Option and click on that red part to deselect that you don't want included, okay? And then I'm going to reanalyze it actually. I think that looks better in my opinion. Now it's going to look like this, right? It looks kind of funny, but just leave it like that. And I'm going to rename this clip. Just right click and go to rename clip. And I'm going to name this sunglasses mask. And then this bottom clip, I'm going to rename this as well so I can keep track of what is what. And then we got to do this one more time. So hold Option on the mask clip and drag upwards to duplicate it. And then the middle clip, we're going to leave that one how it is, but we're going to select the top clip and we're going to invert the mask. Go ahead and click on this little person icon to enable the mask. And then we're going to hit this oval rectangle icon and we're going to go and make sure invert masks is unchecked and then click done. And what this does is it makes a hole in whatever we've masked out. In this case, this part of the sunglasses, right? You can go into feather and you can feather this a little bit if you want, like that. And then I'm going to re-enable the clips by pressing V. And then we have our top clip, which is the one with the hole, and then the sunglasses mask, and then our original video. So I'm going to rename this top clip now. I'm going to rename this to sunglasses hole just for now. Okay, and now what we can do is we can kind of now play around where we want this to start. I want to start this off big, obviously, and then I want it to start revealing the clip underneath about halfway. So here's the thing, if you cut it, it's going to ruin the mask and our tracking, so you have to convert these to compound clips first. We're gonna select the first one and hold Option G together to create a grouped compound clip. Okay, I'm just gonna name this sunglasses hole comp, and that acts as a single clip so that if we were to shorten it, it does not change the speed of the Ken burns, because if you don't do that, it will mess up the speed of everything. So do this first, and we're going to select the second one and do the same thing, Option G, and I'm going to name this sunglasses mask and click OK. And then the original video, we don't have to do anything to this, so we can leave it how it is. I want this to zoom out. You can kind of play around with the transform settings over here in the inspector window, and you go under transform and you go to X and Y. X controls left and right. So you can see you can do something like this. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Starting around here, right there, I'm going to add a keyframe next to position. And I'm going to skip a couple frames right here. I don't know, that's like 10 frames maybe. And I'm going to move this out of the frame. So now it looks like this. Now this is one way of using the mask. You could do another way of kind of revealing this. So we can start this kind of out of the frame. I'm gonna start this out of the frame, add a keyframe, and then it's zooming in or whatever, and then it closes. So you can just type in 0 and it'll go back to the original. There you go, looks just like that. Looks pretty cool. And then if you want, so it looks a little bit more realistic, go to the effects and go to blur and just add a directional blur. Increase the speed, depending how fast this is moving, of course. So it's gonna go here and then add a keyframe just a couple seconds before it actually closes. So right here, I'm gonna type in 0 for the amount. So now it will look just like this, super sick. There's like a little bit of this kind of hard edge going on here. You could fix that just by going over to masks and then go to the shape mask or a draw mask. I'm gonna go to the shape mask and I'm just gonna fix this very quickly. Now you could either have it starting out of the frame completely, but that's totally up to you. I just kind of want to soften this just a little bit like that. And then I'm gonna go over to transforms, add a keyframe next to position and scale, and then go frame by frame, and it should just fix it by itself because it's already tracked. So now I'll go back and push play. Now again, if you want to do this the opposite way, you would just, instead of redoing everything all over again, which would take forever, first clip and the second clip, select both of those, group them together, so hold Option G and just name it effect or whatever name you want, and then invert the clip. So you're gonna go over to this speedometer icon and go to reverse clip, and then now it will just do the opposite. And then you can also change the speed here too, and it'll affect the entire clip. Now, another thing you could easily add to this to make it look 10 times better, in my opinion, is to add some animated effects on top of the effects that we created, more of a kind of stylistic effect. And that's to use the bats effect that I have from my new editing pack, the TerrorFX Pack, which I'll have linked in the description. Here are the bats, so you just import it as a regular video clip. And what I want to do is I'm going to disable it for now. And I want this video to start right here because from here to here, you can't see anything, right? If you press P on the keyboard and you click and drag, you could actually create a empty space. So then you can move this clip backwards and kind of create the effect. So it starts right there. So we're not wasting, our clip, all right? And then what we can do now is when it starts right here, I'm gonna press Command B to create a cut. And then right here, press Command B again, and then the rest of the video continues right over here. I'm gonna hold Option one more time to duplicate our clip. I'm gonna go about halfway. I'm gonna add a magnetic mask so we can select our subject. So hold Option to deselect anything that you don't want part of the mask or the selection. Click on Analyze. Final Cut Pro will automatically select what you need in there. Click Done. Then we can enable our bats video, which looks like this. And we're going to place this right underneath our mask. And now you have this super sick mask effect. And you can even start it maybe here. So it looks like that. Or if you want to use this end part, You can just cut it so that it plays a little bit, and then right here, maybe we go like right there, Command B and delete it. So now we can create effects like this, or even we can move this out and then move this above, and then change this part right here, delete it so it's a different shot. So right here it will change. We need to move this back a little bit. Boom, there you go. Now you have this super sick effect. So now if we were to play it from the very beginning, you have this super sick effect. And of course, you can get a little bit more creative with the beginning part, but that's using Google Gemini's AI. And this whole scene has been generated. Like, it's fake. It's not even real, which is insane, right? It looks like it's part of the video, but it's not. Also, guys, don't forget to go to the website where I have my new editing pack available for you guys to try out. It's called the TerrorFX Creepy, clean chaos, just like the title says. They're all 4K drag and drop files. There's no need for keyframing or trimming or anything like that. So here you can see some samples that I created that you guys can easily do and replicate in your videos if you really want to. And here you can see all of the alpha clips. So they're just drag and drop, and that's all you got to do. No need to do anything else. And this is what you get inside of the pack. This is called the TerrorFX Pack. It's available now on my website, KingTutsPro.com. And I also have the ExplicitFX Pack that you guys absolutely love. It's the same exact thing. They're all pre-keyed 50 files, 4K resolution, seamless transitions, overlays, effects, and just so much more. And you could add this to your editing catalog or whatever you want. There's no subscription, no keyframing. And yeah.